What's up everyone, Karue here. In today's video, I'm gonna take your ground strokes from looking like this, like a scared shot in the middle of the court with nothing, to this, moving through the court. I'm gonna show you a simple fix to a very common amateur mistake, which is hitting falling backwards with their weight falling away from the target, which results in weak, poor quality ground strokes. If you don't believe me, here's this in action. Lefty, here we go. And push forward, look at that. And push forward, look at that. And still push forward, still made the shot, right? Compared to falling backwards and dumping into the net. Let's fix this right now with the Hitch rule. Let's go.
If you are new to My Tennis HQ, we do tennis lessons, racket reviews, practices with pro players, and tennis content you won't find anywhere else. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell button.
So over a year and a half ago, I posted a video that is one of our best performing videos so far, where I introduced this rule that I have for higher quality ground strokes that I call it the Hitch rule. Since then, the channel has grown immensely, so I want to share this rule again for our new subscribers, and also update it with the knowledge I've acquired in this last year and a half. If you watch the movie Hitch, highly recommend if you haven't, there's a scene where Will Smith's character explains to Kevin James' character that when he has to go for the kiss on a first date, he has to move 90% towards the woman, towards his date, and let her move that final 10%. It's a classic scene, you can watch it on YouTube. But anyways, what does that have anything to do with your ground strokes? So basically, I want you to apply this 90-10 rule on your ground strokes. What do I mean by that? So when your opponent hits the ball, right, that ball is going to travel from his racket to your racket 90% of the distance, but on that final 10%, it is your job to move to it and try to hit the ball using your body, using weight transfer. Amateurs have this bad habit of falling backwards when they're hitting, weight going backwards, but the ball needs to go that way, and that decreases the quality of your ground strokes. You have to remember, it doesn't matter how much you back up, the ball is going to catch you. So if you have momentum going against the target you want to hit, you're not going to be hitting quality ground strokes. So let's start fixing this. We need to go from the ground up. Obviously, footwork is the #1 priority, right? I need to put myself in positions where I can transfer my weight to the ball. You see, I'm going forward and a little bit backwards, and then forward and a little bit backwards. You see, even on this deep ball, you see, I backed up a tiny bit, but I can still push forward, right? It doesn't have to be a crazy push, but just enough where my weight is moving towards my target. See, 90, 10, 90, 10, 90, 10, 90, 10. So when we're moving, remember just basic things, staying light on our feet, on our toes, right, never on our heels, landing on those split steps, and just staying nice and mobile. Because the goal of the footwork is to create the right distance between you and the ball. So as we hit here, my goal is to always stay a little bit far away from the bounce. I don't need to be hogging the bounce. See, the ball landed very deep. I backed up quickly, but still pushed forward through the hit. And that's what you can do. Obviously not all the time, but most of the time. Just having that intention, right? To, even if you have to back up, to then still push. And we want to stay away from the bounce. We want to create that right distance, because on that final 10%, then this is the most important part. We're going to be transferring our weight towards the ball. It's not just here in the arms. Let's play a lot in the arms here. We're not putting the body through it, the rotation through it. And that's the final 10%. 90% towards us, but that final 10%, bah, you push your body into it and you rotate. So to demonstrate, I'm gonna play lefty, which is gonna add a lot of time pressure, but you guys will see the difference when I have the intention of actually putting my weight through it and when I'm just kind of scared of the ball moving backwards. Oh, Jesus. See, I felt, okay, that when I move through, it's okay. But you see, if I just try to back up, if I don't put my weight through it, right? Oh, I just one more time. putting my way through it. That was terrible. But you see, I'm not rotating there. I'm just relying really on my arm to do it. If I just rely on my arm, you see how much more difficult it is to hit. If I'm just relying on my arms and I'm kind of falling backwards, hitting, right? Oh gee. So now what I'm gonna do is gonna shift my mindset to what we discussed earlier, trying to, that final 10%, put my body into it. I'm not looking for more racket head speed. I'm not looking to make a ton of balls. What I'm looking for is quality. I want to put my way through it, really rotate through that shot and make sure I'm making clean contact. That's all I'm going for, even if I feel like I'm gonna be pressed for time. Here we go. I push through it and push. So I'm just putting myself in a situation where I can push and push. See, I was pressed for time. If I ran away on that one, I would have for sure missed. And I'm gonna final 10% push. You see, I'm just trying to push forward. And again, not really trying to hit harder, not really trying to create more racket head speed, just trying to push. And that final 10% I go. See the difference between falling backwards and pushing forward. Even if I'm hitting the ball really well now, I'm kind of impressed with how I'm hitting. I'm not worried about making or missing it. I'm worried about putting my legs through it, my body through it. My arms are just gonna follow, obviously making that clean contact. It's gonna help.
Hey guys, future Karue here. I'm currently in Las Vegas on a training week with Marcos and an 8-time Grand Slam champion. Guess who that is? But anyways, the ground strokes mistake you guys are seeing in this video is just one of the many mistakes I see amateurs make on a daily basis. And there are 3 mistakes that I see way too often. So I created a free guide to help you guys fix those mistakes. Just go to top3mistakes.com and download the free guide. The link's gonna be down below. So top3mistakes.com, don't make those mistakes anymore. Let's get back to the lesson.
So here's how I want you to train this. Number 1, I want you to just rally from inside the baseline. Have your partner be behind the baseline, but you're inside the baseline the entire time, just adding extra time pressure, make it a little bit more difficult for you. So I'm just here, I'm still gonna try to push forward, even in very difficult situations. Oh, still pushing forward. See, I'm not worried about much more than pushing forward. You see how I'm staying nice and low here? Nice and low, a little extra low when I'm inside the court, and I'm just like moving through the shots here. So stay nice inside the court, add a little bit of time pressure. Obviously, if you're a little more advanced, if I go a little on the forehand here, really keep that acceleration. But see, I'm pushing forward and push. 90 and 10. The second drill is one of my favorite ones. I've done it a million times here in the channel. I call it the in and out drill, which basically is we're gonna be rallying through the middle here again, but I'm gonna hit one ball from behind the baseline, nice and easy. And then the next ball, I'm gonna be inside the baseline. I'm just gonna be moving back and forth, in or out, in, out, in, out, in. All right, so I'm gonna do righty and lefty. You see here, nice and easy, still pushing forward, and then inside the court. Back up, boom, nice and easy, still pushing forward, and then boom, inside the court. That was a tough one, but I still pushed through it. I didn't back up, inside the court, boom, and back up, and inside. Boom. Now I'm gonna do a lefty, which is gonna make it a lot harder. Let's try it. Back here, still pushing forward. Now I'm gonna inside the court. Oh, without backing up. You see, I took the pain there with my body, not with my hands. And I'm still able to make pretty solid contact. In, and push. I'm really doing everything with my legs, with my core, with my glutes, with the rotation. Here is just turning and catching it in front. Turning, catching it in front. You see how my body does all of the work and I have nice, solid contact and quality ground strokes. Go one more from the back, then push. You even see I backed up, go forward, and then step in, boom, and back, still push, and then step in and hit at the bottom of the ground. And the last thing is utilizing a medicine ball to train, to really understand the feeling of transferring your weight. We just made a video on that, so I'll link it down below. Definitely check it out after this lesson because it's super important to train a little bit more with the medicine ball, really figure out the feeling of your body, what your body needs to be doing when you're hitting your ground strokes. And the last thing I want you to remember, I really want you to remember this, from this video, is that in order to do this 90-10 rule, you don't need any technical changes. You need a mindset change. I understand how hard it is to actually put your body through the shot and feeling like it might go over the fence when you do it, but you have to do it. We have to move from this. It's like we get to the ball sometimes and it's like, and then it's all arm, right? Get to the ball. Oh my God, that ball came so fast, I'm gonna back up. And then you're just like hitting kind of like not very high quality shots, right? Like that. Compared to, okay, I'm going to try to put my body, you see like how my legs are doing so much of the work here. I'm not doing anything. And you see, nice and loose upper body, but really driving my hips. And that last 10%, I am the one hitting the ball. The ball doesn't hit me. The ball doesn't catch me. I hit the ball. I'm not scared of the ball. And that's the main thing. Having that change of from this, falling backwards and scared, to stepping into it and hitting it, even if you're gonna make the mistake.